Conversion rate. Sounds dull. One of the best ways to not only grow your business, but improve its profitability. And I'm going to give you 5 straightforward things you can do to improve your conversion rate in your business. They're terrific because they work immediately, they're entirely in your control, and they cost nothing to implement. It is a no-brainer to do this stuff. Now, conversion rate, just to be clear, what we're talking about here is that percentage of your leads, those people that your marketing identifies, contacts, that contact you, that pick up the phone, go to your website, walk into your retail site, whichever it might be, but who actually think about you, who contemplate the possibility of buying from you, that percentage of them that actually buys from you. This is what we're talking about. And too many businesses they put in all the effort to marketing, to generating leads, and then they waste so many of them because they don't convert. They look at the business, they consider it, maybe have a conversation, and then don't buy. How much time are you wasting? How much money are you wasting in your business on conversion that's just frankly too low? So step 1, by the way, just start measuring it. That's not even one of the 5, but just start measuring your conversion. My experience is when you start measuring your conversion, you become a bit focused on it. And you suddenly realize, oh, crikey, we thought we were converting 80% of our prospects. In some experiences, I've talked to businesses who said they were converting 80%, and when we started measuring, they were converting less than 20%. So start measuring it. That'll get you focused, get your team focused. But then there are 5 other things I'm going to get you to think about. Now, the first of them only applies to either B2B companies or high-value transactions. When you're selling either a very high-value solution, service, product, something that has a longer sales cycle. You know, it's not hard to get someone to buy a pen worth 50 cents. But if you're trying to get someone to part with $10,000 or sign their business up for something that's worth potentially millions, it's obviously a much bigger decision process. And so the first tip I give you, make sure you have a structured and documented sales process. And it must be a process that reflects the psychology of decision making. For someone to make a high value decision, a decision that's important to them, has a big influence on them, on their life, on their business, whichever it might be. Psychologists would tell us it takes about 5 hours together, or at least 7 interactions. Now, make sure you've got a number of steps in your sales process that ensures those interactions happen. Make sure those steps and what happens in them reflects things like escalating commitment, that it demonstrates social proof, evidence, provides sampling. These are all things you can learn more about, but they're all elements of how people make decisions, or at least things that influence people's decisions. So you can ensure through this process of perhaps 10 steps, let's say, that you tick off each of those boxes. You make sure that by the time you get to step 10, which is when you're going to ask for the sale, you're going to ask them to buy, that you've taken them intentionally through a process which maximizes the likelihood that they'll say yes at the end. Sales process is a science. It's straightforward. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. It is a science, though. It's not really art. It's not something you're born with. It's not genetic. You can implement it in your business. Design it, learn it, train your team on it. It also means you can manage your sales process that much more effectively because you can see what's happening at each step. Where are prospects getting stuck? Where are prospects falling out of your funnel, so to speak? Great. Fix those points. So getting a good sales process, tip number 1. Now, the other 4 tips I'm going to give you apply to any business, retail, high street, selling a pen. The first is to have appropriate scripts in place for the people selling in your business. Now, in the sales process I just talked about, the high value transaction, the B2B sales process, the scripts will involve questions to uncover their needs, uncover their pain points, scripts around how to close, presentation scripts for how to demonstrate your value. But in a retail environment, it might be much simpler than that. For example, the most common retail script in the world. Someone walks into a shop. What does the person in the shop ask? The guy behind the counter asks, "Can I help you?" Standard answer is, "No thanks, I'm just browsing." Great, useless, waste of time. What the person could have asked is, "Wow, good morning, sir. Is this your first time into our shop?" Now, it's still a closed question, but either answer is great because the moment they say, "Yes, it is actually," you say, "I didn't think I recognised you. Why don't I show you around? And in particular, I can show you some of our most famous products." most successful service, whatever it might be. Or they say, no, I've been here before. You're immediately into, I thought I might recognise you. Welcome back, lovely to see you. Why don't I show you what's new in the shop? Now we're into a conversation either way. Now you're into a sales conversation. So having scripts in place and training your team on them, very valuable for improving conversion. Third one, how strong is your USP? That is to say, your unique selling proposition. What I'm talking about here is what are the things about your business, and they need to be specific and tangible, that are different. They must differentiate you from the competition. Ideally unique, as the name suggests, but somehow you've got to be different. You've got to stand out. If the best you can come up with is the same as everyone else down the street, you're not going to make a lot of sales, and you're certainly not going to be charging a premium for it. So having a USP which specific, tangible points of difference about you or your business, and it speaks to the challenges, the pains, the opportunities, the dreams of your prospects, of your target market. It's got to speak to how their life is going to get better as a consequence of buying from you. So a strong value proposition, a strong USP, critical. Great way to improve your conversion is to make sure you've got it well articulated, that it is strong, and you present it well. It's written, it's spoken, it's wherever is relevant in your business. It's used. The fourth, and related to the USP, is do you have a guarantee? Especially for higher value transactions, one of the single biggest risks, one of the single biggest reasons people don't buy, is risk, is fear, is concern. What if it doesn't work? What if this thing's not as good as it's supposed to be? What if it's not worth all that money? I like it looks good, but I don't think I will because I'm a bit scared. Provide a guarantee. Provide a guarantee that reflects their concerns. If their concerns are about timeliness, guarantee the time of delivery, the speed of service. If their concerns are around quality, guarantee, offer a warranty or guarantee the quality, the life cycle, the lifespan of it, the job it will do. There are lots of ways you can do a guarantee. Nonetheless, giving something which negates that risk, which satisfies them, I'm confident enough to go ahead and make this purchase. The last one I mentioned is just to use testimonials. Get testimonials from your existing customers. Customers who have enjoyed your service or enjoyed your products are usually happy to say so. And the voice of other customers far more compelling than yours. So, we know word of mouth is the best form of marketing, but as part of your sales process, if you have other customers on video, ideally, sometimes written, but video as well, saying how fantastic it was to deal with you, the great result they got, how their life got better as a result, so on and so forth. That's fantastic. It provides a little bit of evidence, a little bit of support for just how good you are, prompts people to buy. Now, everything I've talked about is entirely in your control. You can do it or not. It's all free. None of it costs any money whatsoever. And it works immediately. As soon as you put in place that process, your conversion will go up. Use the scripts, conversion goes up. Provide a guarantee, conversion goes up. So these are compelling ways in my mind to not only grow your business, but also to improve the profitability, because you're going to be closing more of the right deals, attracting and winning more of the right customers. And they're the ones we know that make your profit. Enjoy it. All the best.